Now, the national government will reap big in the 2022-2023 budget with allocations of 2.03 trillion shillings. Parliament was allocated 50.2 billion shillings, 10 billion shillings more from last year's budget. Further, Judiciary was allocated 18.8 billion shillings and counties receiving 370 billion shillings. Treasury CES Ukur Yattani assuring Kenyans that basic commodities will be spared in the taxation, with gamblers, cigarette and alcohol lovers hit hard by new taxation, as Elizabeth Mutuku now tells us.
It was National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yattani's big day in Parliament as he presented the 2022-2023 budget, with Yattani saying the country's economy has grown by 6.6% despite the COVID-19 pandemic.
Demonstrated remarkable resilience to the COVID-19 shock in 2020 and staged a strong recovery in 2021. Following the easing of the COVID-19 restrictions, reopening of the economy, as well as targeted stimulus intervention by government, the economy registered strong recovery of 9.9% in the third quarter of 2021. Overall, the economy is estimated to have expanded by 7.6% in 2021, a much stronger level from contraction of 0.3% in 2020. In 2022, the economy is projected to stabilize at 6%, supported by recovery in agriculture, industry, and service sectors. Mr. Speaker, to further strengthen this growth outlook, the government will continue to safeguard macroeconomic stability by ensuring inflation remains within the government target range, while interest rate remains stable to support growth in private sector credit.
In today's budget statement by Yattani, the national government has reaped big after it was allocated 2.2 trillion shillings. Judiciary was allocated 18.9 billion shillings. Parliament allocated 50.2 billion shillings, which will see smooth transition in the August House, among other expenditure, and counties allocated 370 billion shillings.
Speaker, Article 173 of our Constitution established a judiciary fund, which will be administered by the Chief Registrar in meeting the administrative expenses of the judiciary. In this respect, the necessary procedures for operationalization of the fund have been put in place. In particular, the following have so far been achieved. 1, the Judiciary Fund Act and regulations have been enacted. 2, the bank accounts for the fund have been opened at the Central Bank of Kenya. 3, an appropriate budget for judiciary in the financial year 2022-2023 has been created. And 4, if means has been enhanced to accommodate judiciary fund operation. This fund will be fully operational with effect from 1st July 2022. Continue to rationalize tax expenditures and retain those whose intention is to promote investment and ensure sustainability and value for money from our resources. In the tax expenditure report 2021, we noted a significant decline in the level of tax expenditure from 5.17% of GDP in 2017 to 2.96% as a percentage of GDP in 2020. We shall continue to review the existing tax expenditure in order to boost the tax revenue.
However, Yattani says the budget is more friendly to Mwananchi and will ensure a reduction in prices of basic commodities, as majority have been exempted from taxation, as well as subsidy in the fuel products.
And we have very positive feedback from the public. Kenyans are concerned about the cost of living, and we effectively address this. We've addressed the issue of fuel prices, where we'll be subsidizing substantially. We've been subsidizing for the last few months, and we'll continue to do it until end of June, just to make sure that the prices does not go out of reach.
Of us addressing the issue about fuel. And it is something that is ongoing now, and the effects are going to be felt immediately, even during the budget period. And so we have listened to what Mwananchi has said by the time that we crafted the budget, and we have taken that into consideration, because indeed we want this to be a very participatory process.
Further, Yattani's axe has dealt a blow to gamblers, alcoholic products, as well as other luxurious products, with Yattani stating that 10% tax will be imposed in various goods that is expected to finance the 3.3 trillion shillings budget.
Things that have been a social problem to our community. Look at the issues of gambling. Look at issues of betting. Look at issues of advertisement for alcoholic products. Can you exactly say that socially they contribute revenue, but they do not contribute the social fabric of communities. The Kenyan youth are very fragile, and therefore they need to be protected from too much exposure in terms of those social vices that are going to derail not only their education, but even their health.
It's President Uhuru Kenyatta's last budget, the budget he hopes it's going to steer his legacy. Elizabeth Mutuko, TV 47 Palm Buildings, Nairobi.